Welcome back to
Hi.
GDQ HOTFIX. We are still here with even more Sonic. I'm going to throw it directly over to Kirby to show us a little bit of Sonic Advanced Best Ending.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Kirby, and we have Fruit Salad on commentary with me. He's run some of the Advanced series, especially Advanced 3, which he's going to be
Hello.
running later. Hi. Yeah. So without further ado, we can just get started then. Getting the best ending requires getting all 7 Chaos Emeralds and beating the game with all 4 characters. This game is very short, so that's not really going to be too much of a problem. And the characters are all pretty different from each other, so pretty cool.
Yeah, it's basically going to be like 4 15-minute runs back to back, and then the true ending.
Plus the Chaos Emeralds, yeah. So I can get ready on time?
Yeah, go for it.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, so I just inputted a code, an Easter egg code to have Tails as my partner. And that is helpful in the Sonic portion of this run for a few bosses. But otherwise, he's just kind of there chilling.
Yeah, without Tails, the Sonic bosses, they tend to be a little bit of a pain. Even though Sonic he's got a lot of fast options, he tends to struggle with the bosses a little bit.
Yeah, he definitely has the hardest time with bosses. So the thing that sets Sonic apart from the other characters is, one, the Insta-Shield, which isn't as OP as the one in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but it still works similarly. You have a bit of invincibility, your hitbox increases. The other thing that sets him apart from the other characters is his air dash, which is also used in the Sonic Advance 2. By double tapping right or double tapping left in the air, you can do an air dash, which resets your vertical momentum and just gives you speed. But you want to do it also in the ground as much as possible, because you just go faster, especially when you're in ball mode, because when you're in ball mode, you typically decelerate. So you want to get out of ball mode immediately.
You definitely want to squeeze in as many air dashes as you can to help optimize a lot of the movement in the game. A lot of things that you will be seeing for the Sonic portion of this run and Sonic Advance 2. See you later on today.
All right, that went pretty well, actually. So the bushes I just went through, there's a blind spring that I had to air dash over.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a troll spring there.
Land on the tails. Yes! Yes.
That was a nice assist for that kill.
But yeah, so the code to input Tails is up on Sonic, down on Tails, L on Knuckles, R on Amy in the character select screen. There's codes for it somewhere on GameFAQs, if you don't remember it. All right, so Zone 2. Skipping these pulleys because it's a little bit faster. But yeah, this stage is pretty straightforward. Just kind of go fast, just know the route. No real gimmicks.
So there's, like most Sonic games, there's 7 Chaos Emeralds, and something that's neat about Sonic Advance is that the Chaos Emeralds are shared along all 4 characters. So, like, you can grab a bunch with Tails, a few with Knuckles, and then you'll have all 7 Chaos Emeralds. Unlike Sonic Advance 2, you'll see that you can just split the Chaos Emeralds between characters. So I believe you get 1 as Sonic.
Yes, I get 1 with each character except for Tails, who gets 4.
Oh, Tails gets 4. Okay.
Yep. Also, I took the very bottom route at the end of the stage, which is fastest for Sonic. I take the center route with all the other characters ideally as well, which you'll see when I run the other characers.
So Kirby had to wait a little bit there for the cycle. Otherwise, been on a weird off cycle.
So this is the first time we're going to see the speed shoes, which is really useful. Just waiting for the cycles to line up. And yeah, you just accelerate much more quickly with speed shoes, especially in the air. Step a little bit, but that's okay. So I'm making a bit of a detour here to grab this special spring of Sonic. So how to get a Chaos Emerald is in each zone, there is a special stage hidden in the zone somewhere. You have to find a spring, hit it, and then finish the mini game here, and have enough rings.
Special stage.
Yep.
The special stage. I think you can. You're holding A, right? You can like speed up by holding A.
Yeah. You want to hold A as much as possible, but still get all the rings you can get. So yeah, the perspective is kind of janky, so I don't blame people for kind of not understanding it. I've just played this way too many times, so it's not too bad for me.
I understood. Like, I never really understood the golden rings or like the perspective in special stages. Say the Sonic fan.
I was not paying attention. We're just getting a rehash of what happened last night.
Oh god. Oh,
Yep.
that it's okay because it can just go back to straight to Act 2, though, right?
Yeah, I can just go straight to Act 2, so.
So Kirby will just try again. That's all. I don't think he can use the special stage after already using it unless you
No, you can't.
reset the game.
So yeah, good start. Just like last night with Sonic Colors DS. And I'm in a very
Happy for
bad
everyone.
round,
That's
so
all right.
It's all right.
I'm just hoping I don't fail special stage 7 in like 5 minutes.
Oh god, Special Stage 7 Advanced 3 is really brutal. Alright, so we do the stage again.
Alright, take 2.
Take 2.
So what are those gold rings that you were passing through and you did a trick? What are those do?
So if you do a trick at the proper time, you get 12 rings out of it, I think. So you want to do them whenever possible.
Press B to do a trick.
Yeah, it's
I always
speed
thought the
button.
timing was a little bit precise, either that or I just never understood how to do it.
The timing's pretty lenient, but it's also not very intuitive. So like, yeah, it's kind of janky.
All right.
Again, because of the weird perspective. But once you know like when you're supposed to hit it, then it's pretty consistent. And that was me going too early, so. Hey, let's actually get rings this time. Good job. Because I was a little bit too obsessed with just holding A as much as possible to go fast. But
Yeah,
then I got
fair.
bit in the butt for that.
But
Haven't done
these
these in a while.
special stages seem like there's like way more rings you have to collect. Like the ratio
Strict
between
speed,
rings
yeah.
that are there and rings you have to collect are like way more strict than the other two advances.
And I have enough. I should have enough rings soon. Now we do. Didn't want to have
There we
another
go, no
accident
biggie.
there.
So we were talking earlier, every character is going to collect 1 Chaos Emerald, except Tails is going to collect 4. So we're going to be playing the rest of the Sonic story without doing any more special stages.
Yep.
So it's just going to be some gameplay from here on out.
Just raw gameplay. Yeah, the special stages, I can technically route them to so I memorize like which rings are the fastest ones to get and then boost the rest of the way, but I'm lazy, so I never routed that.
It's kind of interesting. It's not entirely an auto-scroller like some of the other special stages are. There's some optimization to it.
So, when Chad is talking about the rings in Sonic Advance 2, Techno Base 1, it is flat out impossible to get all the special rings with Sonic. Unless your name is TAS, then you can. So, yeah.
Are they just like in spots where he just can't reach them with other
Yeah,
characters with
pretty
light hand?
much. Pretty much.
Pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's questionable design.
Kirby intentionally took damage there, I believe, so that he could be able to hit Eggman earlier.
Yep.
It's a common theme you'll see with the advanced games.
Especially the last boss in this game. That is certainly a thing.
The last boss or the...
Just the normal last boss.
Oh, alright, yeah.
It's gonna make a different.
Last boss
bit of a
is kind of an RNG fest, to say the least.
Yeah.
This is Casino Night. This game's like Carnival Night or Casino Night. It's another cycle base. There's a lot of bumpers. It's really annoying to learn, but it's not so bad when you understand how the cycles work, just as all the casino stages are.
Ah. All right, so there technically is a clip I can do to save like 2 or 3 seconds, but I can't do it because you have to do like almost 2 frame perfect inputs. So I don't do it.
A clip as Sonic.
Yeah. So like right before this wheel that I just grabbed, you would clip from above and into there. So
Oh,
I
I
just skip taking the spinner on the right side and then going around. But it's really important. So
For all you glitch lovers up there are going to be a number of clips to run, and because we're playing all the stories, we're going to see all the characters. Some characters like Tails and Knuckles have some extra clips that other characters do. So be excited for that.
yeah, this game doesn't really have level wraps per se, like you see in the Genesis games, but there will be a handful of pass swapping glitches here and there.
Yeah,
where you just
out
kinda
of-
get more walls.
Out of balances. There's going to be one where all characters are going to be doing it on the same level.
Yep, and we'll get to that when we get to there. All right, so this
Whoa.
boss coming up sucks because he's very, very, very random, and as I'm playing Sonic, I don't have an easy, fast way to hit him from range or reach the center platform. So I'm going to manipulate
most
Tails
characters-
to hopefully get on that platform.
Most characters have a way to be able to easily get 2 or 3 hits, any sort of pattern. Especially Amy.
Tails are random.
Amy is especially broken, you'll see later.
Amy's very broken in this game.
Kirby's just pause buffering, so it's a little easier to react to where Eggman's going to go.
And Tails did not help at all, but that's okay.
The 2 hits, you got 2 hits all those, that isn't bad.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see if you don't notice that I'm insta-shielding and trying to hit him twice really quickly. You can hit him 4 times in a row, technically, if your name is like Knuckles, but otherwise, no.
Nah, we're playing Sonic. So I believe there's a mechanic in this game where, no wait, there is a mechanic game where, I don't know if it's in the other Sonic, classic Sonic games, but the more rings you grab, the more air acceleration and air mobility you have.
That is a thing in Advance
So-
2 and 3, not this game, thankfully.
Oh, not this game, alright. I thought it was this game, not sure. Pretty rusty.
It's really hard to notice that kind of mechanic, honestly, so I don't blame people. I was trying to save frames, and then by trying to save frames, I fell into the water. Well, into the bottom area of the water, so that's okay. Take this route, which is going to drop me all the way to the bottom right corner of the map, which is basically the end of the stage.
So yes, this is Ice Mountain, the game's water zone. There's not too much water, so it's not like a labyrinth zone or anything. It's just some water segments here and there. Slow platforming.
Yeah, there isn't
Stay
too
in a-
much.
Sometimes the game forces you into the bottom route, but if you're on the top route, then have a fun. There's going to be some instances in a run where Kirby will have to make timers with the speed shoes. And some of those timers can be really strict because you have to make certain jumps that you can only make with the speed shoes.
Yeah, that's a thing in Angel Island 2, which I'm not very consistent at, but I'll manage.
Yeah,
Alright,
and there's a
so-
bunch of
This boss sucks. This
sort of
is
boss
horrible.
that does not suck.
Yeah. So Sonic is the only character who can't really choose his fight, which is why I have Tails as my partner, so he can smack Eggman for me, hopefully.
You can like pseudo control Tails in this game, can't you?
He follows all your inputs, but like a half second later, so
Oh,
you have to
I
do
see.
it really early.
Nice landing on the icicle to squeeze into you, actually.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, Tails has enough energy to get 3 hits consistently on Eggman, so I have to time it so that I get a hit in while Tails refreshes his flight or swim. But that fight went really well. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that seemed
It
really
was all
fast. I can't imagine doing that fight without Tails. That seems like just a huge nightmare.
Imagine trying
Was
to
there a
IL
point
it.
in time where Tails wasn't allowed? Like you couldn't use him as a
I don't
partner?
think anyone's ever made a decision about that.
I think it's just a benefit to the run overall.
Yeah, so
This is
This is
the first
all
out of bounds
normal.
we're going to be seeing.
this is all very normal. Whoa, okay, Tails.
Just went rocketing to his doom.
Oh, I'm not gonna make it. I'm way too low. Yeah, I'm way too low. I'm just gonna have to try it again. So yeah, what's happening here, which I'll take a second to explain it in the gameplay. So what's happening is that in every loop, there's something called a pass swapper, which determines which layer you are on the game. Right now, I'm on one pass swapper, and if I cross this line here, I'm on another pass swapper where the game thinks I'm on the other side of the loop. If I cross it with the screen scrolled down, then I can cross it without actually activating it. So the game thinks I'm on the wrong side of the loop right now, which is why the hip collision is all janky.
He's basically on the wrong layer of the whole stage, and as such, like there's no collision anywhere except for some key objects that
Might
always
work.
have collision.
So yeah, Sonic is the least consistent character for this, just because he doesn't have flight, he doesn't have a hammer or anything like that. So this is
Nothing to
basically
set
a
him
huge
up.
run
You kind of have
killer.
to. Yeah, you kind of have to yellow it here. I believe every loop has a what do you call it? Like a
Pot swap.
pair of pot swappers.
That's how it works. Is
Kirby's
the game has to
doing-
recognize like which part of the loop you're on, and then you have to
Yeah.
cross it again to get back to the normal layer.
So he's hitting one pot swapper but not hitting the other. That causes the game to become confused.
We'll see if this works. And then now, for some reason, if you skid off of that platform and then land on it off screen, then you're standing on, yeah.
Yeah, you're just standing on
You're
ground.
just walking in the air like this.
If you jump, you'll fall to your death, so don't do that.
I think the game just thinks I'm on that little falling orange platform that I was trying to skid off of. But yeah, that's the stage. That's what it's supposed to look like.
There we go.
It seems like roughly 20, 30 seconds, something like that. It is
Oh, I
a
thought it
long,
was like,
one of the
I
longer
thought it was
stages.
like more than that.
It's like a minute and a half of Sonic, I think.
Oh
A little
yeah,
less,
like,
maybe.
Sonic is just like a lot of time you have to do it.
Yeah, I'm completely off cycle, so we're just gonna wing this. It's fine. Okay, that's not so fine.
This is Angel Island, but it possesses surprisingly few gimmicks from Angel Island.
Grabbing speed shoots because gotta go fast, and I didn't want to enter the waterfall, so I'm not gonna be able to reach the jump fruit salad mentioned that requires speed shoots.
Yeah,
That's
there'll be a few more of those. We'll have more chances to do it because we'll be playing the game, so it'll be all right.
Oh, pfft.
He missed the spring.
Yeah, I meant to air dash on the screen to cut my height short, and then I air dashed too late. So
Oh dear.
thankfully, that's what I meant to do.
And checkpoint not too close, or pretty close, so
Yeah, so it's not a big
not
deal.
too funny.
So yeah, the boss coming up is Fake Knuckles. Get your Onos ready. He's random. You want him to spin dash ideally. Yeah, like right now. He
It's not
can
Fake
still also
Knuckles. He has the
spin
power
with-
gloves on.
Okay, I messed up my timing for the instant shield there. Oh, thanks, Sales.
So you want him not to do those missile patterns, right?
Yeah, you don't want him to do the missile. You don't want him to jump over you. And you wanted to spin dash, which I think I only got like once. So that was kind of unlucky. But hey, we're gonna see this fight 3 more times.
Yeah, we'll have more chances. It's okay.
Oh no.
Oh,
Alright,
no.
so this is my favorite stage in the game to speedrun if your name is Amy, or Knuckles, or Tails. Notice I kind of excluded a character from this. So yeah, come on. I'm about to do one of the big skips in the game, which is just getting up to a higher part of the stage.
Yeah, basically taking a shortcut where it's supposed to send you downward.
And I missed it, and you basically have one shot at it. I just lost about 30 to 40 seconds. Sonic's only way is to make sure he times a jump off of the flat tip of that spot I was trying to spin dash off of, and then do a really tight jump to reach the platform up above. But I missed it, I fell down, and there's no way to get back up because of the flying. So that's okay.
You'll have to climb up the rocket instead.
Yep.
We'll have some more chances to do that, and it'll be easier with some characters with flight and glide. And
So if
such.
I got the shortcut properly, I would end up, roughly 30 seconds ago, I would end up right around here. That platform, the one that just fell down, is where I was trying to jump to.
Yeah, it's a little bit funny because that platform's there to send you to the beginning of the stage, but you can use it to your advantage. Like skip half the stage, half a segment at least.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Sonic has a pretty tough time in this stage just because he doesn't really have nice shortcuts he can take.
He has to rely on a lot on the terrain. He doesn't have tools to just give him vertical height.
Yeah,
so
like
it's pretty hard to navigate.
I think the aisle records for Sonic and Amy are like within a second or two of each other for the stage, and Amy cannot spin dash. Keep that in mind. So That's how big a deal it is to be able to get vertical distance in this stage.
The stage has a little bit of an interesting gimmick where you have a 5-minute timer in each segment. Otherwise, you'll die if the time runs out. You won't take like 5 minutes, but whenever you get to the next segment, the timer resets. And you're on like a different part of the egg rocket.
I think the idea was that you're supposed to be climbing this rocket that's taking you to the last zone.
Yeah, I think it's a cool gimmick, personally. Kirby going a little bit out of his way to grab some Siege shoes. They're really good in this game, so even if they're a little bit out of the way, then they're good to get. Always. In most cases.
Okay, well, it's all good. I did not want to fall down here, but
Kirby fell down.
Yep, Kirby fell down. But yeah, you also notice I've been somersaulting a lot. That's because in order to spin dash, you have to be able to crouch. And to crouch, you have to be at a complete standstill. And doing a quick somersault is a really consistent way to just make sure you're at a complete stop. Sonic actually has like 3 parts to that attack: a spin, a somersault, and then like a dash or something. You want to do the first 2 parts. Yeah, to slide.
So it's a little bit like the Sonic Adventure somersault. Like this game was made around Sonic Adventure, so they inspired a lot of elements in there.
Yeah, you can tell the stage is not friendly to Sonic at all. every character can skip this part of the stage right here. And get our second speed shoes of the stage. I hope you like speedy invincibility themes.
You may notice that the stage has suddenly inherited a gravity gimmick, and we're going to be seeing more of that in the next level.
Air dash, please. There we go.
Gravity is sent you upside down. It's a little bit like Death Egg Zone, I believe. Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
It's a Sonic game. There has to be a gravity gimmick in every Sonic game.
Every Sonic Advance game has a gravity gimmick, I believe.
I think almost every Sonic game period has a gravity gimmick. Almost.
Starting from Sonic 3.
Yeah, 1 and 2 don't have any gravity gimmicks.
So this stage is called Cosmic Angel. We're gonna inherit more of that gravity gimmick. You'll see here.
I always hit that spikes because I try to cut that dash too short. So I'm going to take an intentional damage boost here because you can't see the spikes that I just passed unless you actually go for the jump. And if you go for the jump and the spikes are up, you're dead.
Yeah, the game just like catapults you into a bottomless pit. Yeah, a lot of the spikes here are just placed super awkwardly, so it's just like not super fun to navigate. But regardless, this is the Chaos Angel boss, the Cosmic Angel boss. Oh my! You have to make him spin around by jumping right next on those on that giant chain. So last boss before
X-Zone.
like the final boss rush. Yeah, a little bit of a boss rush.
And you can't just flip him immediately after you flip him. You have to wait a little bit. There's kind of a cooldown between each hit. Oh, thanks, Tails.
I almost got hit with those spikes there, but Tails is pretty helpful there. And that's Cosmic Angel down.
Yep, now we have the X-Zone, which is the last stage in the game.
Last 3 bosses. Although, first 2 bosses, can you even really call them bosses?
Yeah, we'll see.
So, if you're familiar with Sonic 1, we got the ball and chain. For some reason. We don't know. It's really weird that they included these bosses, but I think it's cute.
Pretty sure it's just as a little Easter egg.
And then we got the Sonic 2 stupid little drill tank.
and we kill them off screen.
At the end of the run, we're gonna see Amy plowing through the bosses. It's just really funny.
Yeah,
She
so
just
this
kills them
boss
so quickly.
is the last boss, and it's very random, and you have to wait for him to come out with an attack. You don't really have time to react to it in order to hit him. So you kind of have to just keep taking hits here and then just pray that he doesn't go left. Because if he goes left, then you're kind of screwed because your one ring will always fly left. So if you're trying to kill him from the left side, your one ring will easily just fly off the screen, and then you're going to get 0 rings for the rest of the fight, which makes this basically impossible.
Yeah, it's a really
okay.
big nightmare.
You can easily lose like 20, 30 seconds on this fight alone. The ideal pattern is for him to just pull out the arm immediately, and then you can get 8 hits in a row, just like that. But, yeah.
Things
That's
like
Sonic.
that. We have a few more chances to get that. Oh, Tails is there too.
Yep, he's there. Alright, so we beat the game with Sonic, now we're gonna do it with Tails. Tails can fly. I think that's all we need to say. So similarly to the somersault thing I was talking about with Sonic, Tails has a tail swipe attack, which is really good for fights, but it's also good for resetting his horizontal speed, so I can spin dash really easily.
Yeah, the tail swipe is way bigger than it actually looks, and it lasts for a very long time too. Like hitbox comes out, so that's makes it really good for fights.
Flying over the stage, we'll just hold right, and you'll always hit that spring. And then there's a special spring up here. Yay!
Yeah, so this is going to be basically the special stage extravaganza this run, because we'll be doing 4 of these special stages with Tail, and then the last 2 with Bullseye.
There is one special stage with Tails that's like barely faster than getting it with Amy, because Amy's a good character again. But I do it with Tails just because it's a lot easier with them. Which is Ice Mountain 1, I think? Because Tails can just fly up to the spring near the start of the stage, but Amy can hit a spring a little bit farther away to get up there really quickly.
There's 2 emeralds in Ice Mountain, right?
Yes, I didn't talk about that. Every zone, which there are 6 of, has 1 Chaos Emerald hidden in one of the 2 acts, except for Ice Mountain, which has a Chaos Emerald in both acts.
Yeah.
Hit that because it wastes time. Hit the spring because you go faster. So yeah, obviously hitting bombs is kind of bad, so kind of want to avoid those.
And there we go, the first Chaos Emerald. We already collected the second Chaos Emerald earlier, so we won't have to worry about that.
Yeah, so we got 2 of the 7. We just need 5 left.
Collecting all those shiny things.
All the shiny things.
From all the games.
Oh, time bonuses.
That's a lot of time bonus, yeah.
Yeah. If you beat
You're
the
j-
stage in under 30 seconds, you get 80,000 points.
Otherwise, 50,000 points if it's less than 50 seconds. And Sonic can beat that stage in like 27, 28 seconds, but if you just go purely by real time, it's a lot faster to just wait until the 30-second mark.
Yeah, and there's a reason why we kind of individual stories with IG. Unfortunately, you can't really time the special stages with that, so I think we use RTA for this category.
So we used to go by in-game time, but the in-game time has its own set of issues, such as Egg Rocket, because Egg Rocket doesn't show you the actual in-game time, it just shows you a countdown from the 5-minute marker.
Yeah, and so that just gives it a lot of layers. Makes it really confusing.
And you can also pause buffer your way to finish the entire game, because pause buffering is very powerful in this game. So we go by real-time minus time bonus, which is a similar thing that Sonic 3 Knuckles does. And it does work well for this category, because it does take Chaos Emeralds into account. Yeah, if I beat the stage 3 seconds faster, then I would have lost like around 5 or 6 seconds of real time, because I'd get a 50,000 point time bonus instead of 10,000.
So essentially how this game's timed is that there's math to it, and you add up all your time bonuses that you have to date. And then there's a certain equation that you use, and then you subtract the amount of time to your RTA time, and then that's your real time.
Yeah, I think you add up all the time bonuses throughout the run, and then you subtract one frame per 100 points, something like that. It's kind of a janky timing method, and I admit it's kind of arbitrary, but it's also like the best way we thought of. Well, like Mike 89 came up with it, I think.
Yeah, personally, I agree with it. Time bonuses, they're silly. Luckily, we can skip them in advance too, so they're not entirely not a problem there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be doing SP2 skip?
Yes, it's really pretty consistent with Tails, so it's not too bad. Tails has, I think, 4 out of bounds that I'm going to go for.
Yeah, because he can fly, he's going to take advantage of more of the layer glitches that we saw earlier in July Island 1. But some of the other characters just play the stages normally, and Tails is going to break them.
So yeah, what's going on here is the game thinks I'm in the first part of the loop now, and then there's a pass swapper right here. By scrolling the screen down and then doing a spin dash, the game still thinks I'm on the wrong side of the loop, so now the collision's all janky. Play it safe.
And for some reason, there's ground there, and it's really convenient. I'm going to take
And
the
yeah.
speed shoes and then just slide through the whole level.
For some reason, there's an invisible floor right there that I just jumped off of, which messed up a little bit, but that's okay. And then we hit a pass swap right here to reset.
I think you can optimally not grab onto the grabby hand thing, but
I usually don't. I just accidentally jump too high.
So there, that's basically the whole level skip.
It saves like roughly 10 seconds if you do it properly. Knuckles can do it as well. I'm really inconsistent with it though, so I don't go for it.
Yeah, and it probably saves less time with Knuckles because his glide's slower than Tails' flight. He gained speed from the glide though, right?
Yeah, he has no speed cap on his glide. So it's
So
really,
you'll just,
Knuckles has a really good skip in SB1 because he just literally glides through the level and he gets so much speed that he basically zips through it near the end.
So yeah, both Secret Base 1 and Secret Base 2 have their own out of bounds skips. So we don't. Tails doesn't do Secret Base 1. So it's a little bit interesting how that works.
It doesn't work with Tails can't do Secret Race 1 because he can't. His flight doesn't carry him far enough, so.
That makes. Gets tired out too fast.
Yep. Chill stage.
So that was just a casino. Wait, Casino Paradise. Did I call this Casino Night?
I think you did, but I don't blame you.
Oh.
There's Casino Night, there's Casino Paradise, there's Casino Carnival, I think. No, there's Night Carnival for Sonic Rush. I think there's also Casino Carnival Zone.
There's Night Carnival from Sonic Rush, and then there's Carnival Night from Sonic 3. So it's pretty confusing. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, whoever came up with the idea of using a casino zone every game, I wonder. Although, to be fair, it's not too bad in this game, so.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a headache, but not too bad.
I'm too lazy to memorize cycles, so I just kind of make it up with my own strats where I can just not worry about cycles. Obviously a bit slower, but I don't have to think as much, so.
Tails is a little bit better with this boss because his tail swipe lasts for a long time. It's really easy to hit Eggman, and you can also fly towards. The flight hitbox is really big too, so a lot of good ways to hit him. Not getting the most optimal pattern, that thing.
Dang it. Well, I messed up a bit there, but that's okay.
Yeah, the boss is silly, to say the least. And so there we go. That's Casino Night, Casino Paradise.
Now we're doing Ice Mountain 1. Oh, I did not want to do that, but okay. So the thing to know about Tails' flight is that it's a lot of his flight movement is harder than just mash A, because basically this game, like most 2D Sonic games, has a system where whenever you're ascending, you lose horizontal speed, and whenever you descend, you gain horizontal speed. And Tails' flight is no exception. So if you try to cross a horizontal gap and just keep ascending, you're just gonna do it really slowly. So you have to time your flight such that you kind of stagger it out to maintain as much speed as possible, but also maintain your heights.
Yeah, I believe that his flight works similarly to the classic games, where the more you mash A, the more your horizontal speed stunts.
Pretty much.
So you want to get enough height while not saving off too much horizontal speed. It's a little bit confusing how it works.
More special stages. This is the 4th one. It's not too bad. The 7th one is like the really scary one. So.
You do the 7th one with Tails.
Yep, I do have Tails.
So you can get this one, and then the one in Act 2, and then the one in Cosmo.
I'll get the Angel Island one with Tails.
Oh, yeah.
The one in Act 2 of Ice Mountain I get with Amy. Ciao.
Oh. Wait, what did the Chow do?
Nothing. Well, you get to continue.
Oh, okay. So they basically do the thing. Because if you game over in this game, you go back to the act you were last on. Kind of weird how they added continues, but you know, I guess it's all right.
Continue +1. Woo!
Now if you game over, you'll be good.
Yeah. I'll lose less time if I game over with 7 lives.
But hopefully that doesn't happen in the first place.
I thought I was Knuckles for a second. I wasn't supposed to jump there, but oh well. Whee! Speaking of which, the spin dash mechanics in this game are pretty simple. You don't have to like do a 6-tap rev and then release on the first pop of frame after the last tap, like you have to in Sonic Mania or Sonic 2 or Sonic 3 and so on. All you have to do is press A twice and release. That's all you have to do. No specific timing, nothing like that.
There's only 1 taps and 2 taps. And
Which
I
is
believe that's
enough.
the way for the rest of the Advanced series as well.
It's the case for Advance 3, not Advance 2.
Advanced 2 has like we mostly don't worry about those though,
Because you never spin dash in that game.
it's boost mode for that game.
But sometimes you'll see me start flying as I descend. That's just to make it so that I don't drop to the ground super quickly. So I get a little bit of extra horizontal distance while falling.
Just a little optimization here. We're gonna be doing what we did against with Sonic's fight, except we're just Tails, so Eggman with our flight. You get a lot more hits than the CPU Tails, right?
Yeah. Just need one more hit, I think. I'm gonna look for an icicle. Fall. Oh, okay. Never mind. I optimized my
there you
flight
go.
really well.
Yeah, and it was a really good damage boost that you did too. Like you landed right on the icicles, you fly right away.
Yeah, the icicles have a hitbox where if you're descending anywhere within the hitbox of the icicle, you'll just land on it instead. So
It's pretty handy. Next up's the next Angel one skip. We're gonna be doing this with all the characters as
yeah,
a
this
reminder.
is the most broken stage in the game. Because every character can do the skip. So Tails has the hardest time breaking the pass swapper though, because he doesn't have a way to move horizontally without scrolling the screen. He has to just do a spin dash, and you have to just do a really fast one-tap spin dash into a flight to make it, which I did not yet do that.
It's gonna probably take a few tries.
Yeah. It's not super consistent with Tails. There we go. Okay.
Oh, there you go. You're out of bounds. Good job.
Then we're going to use this platform to refresh our flights.
And unlike the Sonic glitch, I believe we're gonna just be flying through the level instead of the dashing through the level on
Pretty
invisible
much.
ground. We've got the speed shoes. Speed shoes make the flight super fast.
Okay, I fell too early. Okay, can I get out of here? Nope.
Oh dear.
You get to see Tails repeatedly crouching like this. I know, that's basically a soft block. I descended too early, so that's okay. Not a big deal.
Are you supposed to like land on top of the loop?
You're supposed to land
Or
to the right of the loop,
Oh,
and then that resets your pass swapper because there's a pass swapper right there that you hit,
and this then takes you to the end of the level.
pretty much. Dang it. Come on.
Just the way that Sonic Advance 1 controls, it can be a little bit. It's pretty tricky to actually get these out of bounces.
It's pretty easy for this one specifically. Getting out of bounds is easy unless you're Tails. So, nope.
Yeah, the setups seems really precise too. Like you have to be on a specific, very specific slope for it to work.
Nope. Okay, I'm gonna give it like 3 or 4 more tries.
Is there a special stage thing?
Not in this one. It's an Act 2.
Okay, act. You don't have to worry about that.
Yep. Okay. Come on. It's one of those days, I guess.
Where the just the clip setup doesn't want to work.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So, will you make it to the right side of the loop?
Oh my goodness. All right. I'll just play the stage normally. My brain farted.
It's all right. It happens. Like every day is gonna be a good out of bounds day. Really technical things. Makes this game really hard, actually. Like this game has way more technical stuff than Advance 3 or Advance 2. Advance 2 is technical, but in a different sense.
Wind here.
So, if any of you were curious to see how Angel Island 1 is normally played, then we'll see it just this once, I suppose.
Wait, I'm jumping in the wrong spot. I haven't done this inbound in so long, so I'm trying to remember where I'm supposed to go. And there's a pulley up here, I think. Yeah, there's a pulley up there. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
The speed shoots I got while out of bounds is right coming up. Come on. Here.
I guess I'll talk about a little bit of an issue with the advanced games that's present in all three. It's that some of the slopes are really weird. Some like pixels that are smaller than pixels called subpixels, like interact with your speed in a way that makes you come to a complete dead stop, or it just makes it really hard to keep in general. Like you're stuck on the slope.
It's effectively random. It's just due to how character positioning works. So
Yeah, so you can't set it up. Like a lot of scenarios, like you just have to learn how to not get subpicked in some areas and some. But so like Kirby said, it's effectively random.
the Tails just takes a bottom route here because he can just fly to skip like a third of the stage.
Flying under the ruins here. It's pretty interesting, actually.
Alright, so I'm gonna make a detour here because I'm gonna go for the special spring in this stage, and the fastest way to go there is by flying.
Yep. Tails is a great Emerald Hunter in this level game, excuse me. Playing Knuckles at his job.
Okay, so this is the 6th Emerald. This one's on the harder end, but it's as long as I'm paying attention, which I've apparently been doing a bad job of, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's just the last special stage was really brutal, right?
Yeah, the last one's really brutal.
It's like that for a lot of Sonic games where the last special stage is just like way harder than all the other ones. It doesn't scale well. That was pretty clean, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, the key to get the rings that are quote on the wall is to not actually hug the wall. You need to be like a little bit further from the wall to get the rings, which is I think is the mistake a lot of people make.
Yeah, that seems to make sense. Like the Death Procession is like is your main enemy here, and so conquering that you'll have an okay time with special stages. Same deal with a lot of these like retro handheld special stages, because try to do like some 3D and it's really weird. So Advance 2 and Advance 3 will have kind of similar special stages in terms of concept. That is the 6th Chaos Emerald. We'll be grabbing one more as Tails and Cosmic Angel.
Yes. That is correct. And we're about to fight Mecha Knuckles again. Well, fake Knuckles or oh no Knuckles. Again, the best pattern for him is to spin dash in place, because it's really easy to hit him when he spin dashes, and he also has less cooldown when he gets bonked from spin dash animation. So
the best part of running categories that you have 4 times the amount of boss luck.
Alright, spin dash. Good. 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 So that's how fast the fight can go if you get perfect luck.
That was sick.
Oh no, indeed.
So that's what should have happened during the Sonic fight.
Yep.
But
Tails has a really easy time of it though, because again, his tail swipe is really good.
it just lasts for so long, you don't really have to time it. You just do it.
Alright, so here, I'm gonna do the first skip of Egg Rocket that I failed to do as Sonic. There we go, I just did it.
Will he be going for the out of bounds stage?
I'm gonna go for it, yeah. So yeah, if for some reason, if you spin dash in this area and get lucky with your subpixels alignment, quote, keyword lucky with your subpixel alignments.
Not actually lucky, but like it's so precise it might be luck anyway.
Yeah.
Might as well be luck. Oh, there you go.
No, I got stuck in the wrong spots.
This is another path swapper glitch involving the semi-solid instead of the loop. It works in more way. So Kirby is now out of bounds. And you might be thinking this is a vertically based stage, so how will he gain the height that he needs?
I started flying too late, so I missed it.
Oh dear.
So what I have to do is I have to time a jump such that there's an item box I want to bonk off of, but I have to not land on top of it, but rather I have to hit the very side of it while flying so that I get a super fly off of it, which is really precise.
Yeah, Kirby wants to do like a really high bounce.
I keep going too far right here. I want to show it off though. This trick is so cool. All right. This is what happens if I don't do this trick in like 2 weeks. It's all good though.
Yeah, it seems pretty hard. Like, I was trying to learn.
It's hard to learn.
It's like, yeah.
It's not too bad to do once you know how to do it, some practice. But yeah, learning how to do it is really difficult. I usually use the music as a cue for when to fly, and I use the background to align myself.
You're gonna have to get the clip again.
Yeah,
Struggle.
you can lose like a minute here if you're really unlucky.
Okay, there we go.
I keep going too far right here. Oof. All right. I'll go for it, I think, until I game over, and then I'll just loot it normally. But come on.
You got this. We believe in you. There we go.
Ah, no. I was in the wrong spot after the super fly, so I hit a barrier that killed my flight.
Oh, you hit one of the stage elements.
Yeah. So I had to blindly adjust Tails' position to the left to make sure I don't hit that.
Can you make it all the way up to the end of the...
No,
One
you
fly.
need to do another super fly later. It's a much easier one, though.
Yeah, the first one, just the initial setup, and then the first super fly. And then you have to position yourself, and then you should...
Come on. Come on. Tails, you got this. You got this.
Caught out of bounds. I believe kirbymastah is jumping off the highest point of that. It's that
Oh my
moving blocks
goodness.
that he can get the most height.
Okay. I have a really
Oh
high
dear.
estimate, so I'm okay with going for this a little bit more. I
You're
think.
going for it again?
Yes, I'm going for it again. It's too cool. Come on. I gotta get it. It's my estimate. 135.
Okay,
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
say
I'll be
so.
fine. I'll be fine.
The game will probably be way faster with the other characters just because they don't have to
Such
get the
stages.
emeralds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the stages are pretty slow. Oh, nice. First try. First try flip. Yeah, you got it. And then he will super fly along another enemy and then reach top of the stage.
Yeah, that's it.
There we go. We skip the whole stage.
It saves about 2 minutes to do that, so it's worth going for until you game over, basically.
And just that top portion where that section, where the game knows you're part of the stage. So you just have to fly all the way up there, then play. You could do a similar thing with Knuckles, but I don't think kirbymastah is going to be going
Oh
for
no,
it. That's, like,
I
way
am not
harder.
going for it with Knuckles. It's so stupid with him.
It's way harder than it Tail. Just going to be flying up to another special
Area,
stage,
yeah.
I believe.
I need to take the very top route.
Flying's probably the best way to get up there, as climbing up these later levels can be pretty tricky.
Okay, last special stage. Well, 7th one. I'm still gonna do 2 more. This is the
Yeah,
hard
technically not the last one. In order, it's the last one.
one. This one is legit really hard. So,
Quiet time, gotta focus.
All right, cool.
Pretty barely, but you did it.
Yeah, the last stretch of rings, I just get the rings until I hit 200 and then back off because I don't want to risk hitting a bomb. So
The bomb. You
Because
drop
you're-
like
you're
5
dead.
rings to hit a bomb.
it's
Yeah.
10, I think, in this game, and you also
Oh,
can't collect
that's
any
not-
rings for about the next 2 seconds. So it's more than that, basically.
Okay, yeah, that's really brutal then. That
But yeah,
was really hard.
There were some trick things I could have gone for. That was surrounded by bombs. In order to go for those, you have to be perfectly aligned in the center, which you can kind of do consistently if you're doing the dash thing because you drift towards the center when you're doing the dash. But I wasn't confident with where those were again because I haven't done that in a while. So
Yeah, you don't want to have to restart the stage because you went first. And so we're back on track and be fighting the Cosmic Angel boss again.
yep.
Almost done with the Tails portion of the run.
Yeah, I think I will. If the Knuckles and Amy runs go kind of badly, then I think I might go overestimate, but I think we've been ahead, so it's not the end of the world, but I should still be a little bit careful about that. It's gonna be a little tight, but we'll manage.
It'll likely be fine. So your estimate is really high.
All right, X zone time.
This one's actually a huge pain with Tails because, like we were saying earlier, Tails does not have any way to immediately, or like if he wants to like move to the left like immediately, then he has to dash. Have any other method?
Mhm.
Amy's giant step or Sonic's slide. And so like trying to grab the ring, trying to re-grab it like over and over.
And the boss that he's talking about is the boss coming, not these. These are trivial. So.
Yeah. Of course.
Checkpoint in case I die, because if Eggman goes left, I'm probably screwed because I'm Tails.
Tails can't do too much. This boss is really unfortunate. Really just has to hope he gets a good pattern.
2, 3, 4, 5. Got 4 hits at least.
That was good. Can we get another one? Oh, that's 2
that
hits.
was yeah, that's a good fight.
Nice.
Yeah, so how long it takes for Eggman to open up is also random. Just keep that in mind. Basically, everything about that fight is random.
It's not great speedrunning. It's like, I don't know. I can't imagine having like a final boss is entirely random. Everything up to that point doesn't matter until you get good luck.
All right, and Knuckles time. So Knuckles can glide, and gliding is really useful, not because of its gliding properties, but because when you land from a glide, you're always at a complete stop.
Yeah, so like you were talking earlier about you have to make sure you're not moving at all in order to do a double tap spin dash. Or any spin dash, excuse me, but Knuckles has really great at stopping at coming to a complete halt in order to spin dash and gain speed again. Because of his glide and because he has like he has this like this punch attack where he does like a 1-2 and then a shoryuken. But he just does one punch and then immediately dash.
Yep,
really
because
fast.
he comes to a complete stop after the first punch. The first punch is also used as a speed tech because the first punch adds on to your current horizontal speed, so you go faster, and then you come to complete stop. So if you find a way to avoid the last part where you come to complete stop, you just go faster. For example, you're going really fast, and then you punch just as you're about to go off a ledge. You maintain that speed, which I'm going to hopefully do near the end of the stage. So
I believe for Act 1, there's actually tech where you can just glide over the whole level and beat while gliding.
yeah, I messed it
Saves
up.
a very
Oh, well.
little amount of time, but
It's for first stage, and it saves like 3 or 4 seconds, something like that. So
it's worth
resetting
going
over.
for. Yeah, it's worth going if you're like doing an individual Knuckles run. You know, we're so far into this run. The glide also seems pretty good for attacking.
Gliding is just really good
Cancel
overall.
it. Yeah. Just keep canceling it over and over. So Knuckles, pretty good character. It's got similar skips to Tails, but they're much harder to pull off, generally speaking. You said you're gonna do an out-of-bounds skip in this level?
It costs very little time to go for it once. I'll just go for it once.
Alright. Using a similar layer glitch with the sloop.
Okay, it's like here. Nope. I was supposed to do a 2-tap spin dash, but I misinputted. That's okay. But yeah, what you're supposed to do there, if you want to go out of bounds there, is you go out of bounds, you hit the yellow spring and the red and land on the red spring without actually jumping off of it. You basically glide to the end of the stage, basically. And since Knuckles' glide constantly speeds up with no cap, he eventually just starts going so fast that he just clears the stage in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, there's no... He basically just endlessly accelerates until he's at the end of the stage with the glide.
The hard part is trying to actually get back in bounds, because if you complete a stage, when you're out of bounds, you'll just fall to your death, and it won't count. So
Oh, so it's not like a thing.
it's not super trivial, so you have to find like a wall to cling onto, and it's really tight. You have to have exactly the same right amount of height to make it.
Yeah, the speed's not the issue, the height's that about out of bounds skip. Luckily, not too much time it saves, so...
Okay, Act 2. Yeah, Knuckles has the same skip as Tails for this, but I'm
Will
not
he go
going for
for
it. It wasn't obvious.
Yeah, Knuckles, as stated earlier, he's basically like the hard version of Tails, where he has more advanced technique. He has like
Pretty much,
hard-
honestly.
Yeah.
Nice. So I got the perfect glide there because I want to avoid grabbing that pulley.
That's good. The pulley moves pretty slowly, so it does save time. I'm watching like a little cut from the pulley. Onto this boss, basically do the same thing you all do. I think you can like super quick kill this with Amy, but she's broken, so she can kill everything.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's really hard for me to commentate with the delay because I react to what's on my screen. I'm trying to keep that in mind, but it's I forget all the time. That's just how it is.
It's fine. It's all good. Like I don't think anyone really thinks it's a huge problem. Right, can I excuse
Casino
myself
zone.
for like a minute or two?
Go for it.
All right.
I'm sure we all love casino zones. All right, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and get the special stage here as Knuckles because he can glide. And gliding is really handy for getting the special stage more quickly because he can drop immediately from his glide. Whereas Tails, if he flies, he doesn't have a way to drop immediately. Here? Ah, it's too far right. All right, so this is the third special stage, and after this, we have one left in the entire game, which we're going to get with Amy. Oh, whoops, that was too early. Hey, that worked out. Just gotta flex a bit, get exactly the correct number of rings. Totally intentional. cow. But yeah, Tails can drop immediately from a flight, but that requires having something to take damage off of in the first place, and there isn't really anything above the special spring to fall onto to take damage off of.
All right, I have returned.
Yep. Welcome back.
So we're grabbing the second to last Chaos Emerald there.
He didn't miss
Faster to
much.
grab it with Knuckles.
You didn't miss much.
So only special stage that we'll be doing, so the pace won't be broken at all.
Yep.
For the rest of this playthrough. I personally find this category pretty interesting. It's a lot like a gauntlet run where you play through the stage game multiple times.
Yeah, I have a run that I'm pretty happy with on YouTube. It has like a few deaths here and there, but I mean, with a run that's over an hour long with this much technical stuff, it's gonna happen. The main thing I'm happy about is the fact that I got all the skips first try, which is a pretty big deal in that run. I even got the Knuckles Egg Rocket skip first try somehow. I'm like, okay, well,
That skip is not easy. Yeah.
I think I got it first try, but it was a pretty good run, all things considered. So.
So much precise movement and so much those skips, little skips. You have to do like all the skips with all the characters. This boss continues to sting all characters. It's a bad boss overall.
Except for Amy, because Amy's a good character.
That much is.
Okay, Ice Mountain coming up.
Something that's really interesting about Knuckles, actually specifically, is that he has like a trait that's unique to advanced games, where if he goes onto a body of water, he'll actually press. He'll. Oh my gosh. He'll just like swim on top of the water. He won't like fall down the water immediately.
And that's something they added in this game and continues in the other advanced games, although it's actually doesn't help you at all.
He does like a breaststroke. Like in the run, you don't want to use it. You want to go into the water as you can if you're going into the water, but it's just like a nice little Easter egg. No, it should be useful in the boss, right?
It's very useful in the boss.
Yeah, that's like the one place you'd actually use it.
It's how Knuckles chooses to fight. But that's like the only spot in the advanced series where it's useful, at least in the speedrun setting.
Of course.
Okay, Act 2 coming up. Didn't mean to hit the spring. And the stage is basically done. Just have to fight the boss now.
You might notice that a lot of the characters take about the same route, not entirely the same route, but take pretty similar routes because they have similar ways to like navigate the stage, stop themselves, spin dash, etc. That's the main movement tech of the game.
Get up there. Okay, now we're good.
Amy's gonna be pretty different because she actually can't spin dash. She has like a different move altogether instead of spin dashing.
Oh, that's the problem.
So
Oh, I keep jumping too early there. That's why I keep getting bonked. It's okay.
it's always a checkpoint right outside the boss, so
Yep.
no major time loss or anything.
But unfortunately, if you come in while on the surface into this fight, the game just forces you to go to the bottom, which is very unfortunate. So you just have to climb up manually once it's Knuckles, and then you can choose to fight.
Kind of strange how that works.
Hey, what? I didn't collect any rings.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that the game didn't give you any rings before the fight.
Just have to pray that a nice skill doesn't fall on me. All right, we're good. We
Cool.
are good. No death there.
So, Angel Island 1's broken.
You know the drill. Angel Island
know the
1's
drill,
coming
yep.
up. Yeah, I keep forgetting you're supposed to get rings there, but muscle memory, you know? Kind of forget that's a thing.
Is this skip easier or harder as?
It's relatively easy with Knuckles, except I mistimed my jump on the B. I didn't want to hit the B, but it's okay. Like, attempts
you
to
just need
get
to
out are
try
really
again.
fast with Knuckles, so it's okay.
Yeah, out of bounds setups. Tails.
So this should be good.
I believe what kirbymastah is going to do is going to keep
Actually,
gliding
Oh, God, I'm not high
under
enough.
the stage.
Get to the checkpoints! Yes! Okay.
Gonna glide, he's gonna hit the checkpoint and then die on purpose. Now he has a checkpoint, everything's back in bounds. Plays a level like normal and finish the stage.
Yeah, so that's
Which
what
is-
happens if a skip goes smoothly.
Which is right at the end. Like, it's kind of strange that they put a checkpoint like right next to the end of the level, but
I'm not complaining. You could hit the
Very-
checkpoint with Tails too, but it's harder than just trying to get back in bounds manually because you have to fall into it while falling down at like what 1,000
you're falling out.
or something like that.
falling so fast. So it's like, it makes way more sense to do it with someone like Knuckles. And there, that's Angel Island.
I am taking the wrong route with Knuckles. Oh well. I was supposed to glide under the stage. Let's do this then. Take the Sonic
That's
route.
fine.
Well, the slow route.
Yeah, a lot of what Tails and Knuckles have advantages, just like flying / gliding through segments that.
Yeah, like I was
Not
supposed to
platform
glide
through
under the stage from the very start of the stage, which saves a lot of time.
It's alright.
It's all good.
You, so the characters are so different yet so similar at the same time, so it's hard to keep track of which strats to do with who.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Those pushy platforms.
Yeah, the trick I did there is called a super glide, which is similar to the super fly you saw that I did with Tails and Egg Rocket, except well, you glide off of it.
Yeah, it's just you glide immediately before hitting an enemy, and you like it's just so floaty for some reason. When you bounce off the end, it's much more floatier than you really get from the bounce.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, Knuckles is fighting himself.
Oh no. Oh no.
Wait, that's not Knuckles.
Oh no.
Foster. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. There you go.
But yeah, since chat's talking about which advanced game's the best, I like all three of them. I think they're all different, and so that liking any one of the other two is perfectly valid. I personally like Advanced 3 the most. I think it's the most interesting as a speedrun too. Advanced 2 is really flashy and fast, but it's really bad in the sense that it has no character diversity at all. Because flying, gliding, any of that does not matter in Advanced 2. Super glide.
And it's just pretty hard to like. It's just like a really unforgiving game overall. Like it's really rewarding when you finally learn it, but Advanced 2 could be like super.
Okay, that's it. I'm not going for it anymore. I'm already behind, so.
You said you wouldn't go for it.
Yeah, I said I wouldn't go for it, and I tried to go for it. So yeah, with Knuckles, you saw the Egg Rocket skip with Tails, and you saw how difficult that blind Superfly was, right? With Knuckles, you have to do 4 or 5 blind Super Glide in a row. At least the first one is the hardest one. The others aren't as bad, but
You
yeah,
have to
they're
do more of
pretty
them,
hard.
so it's like there's still size still.
So yeah, I'm just gonna take the boring inbounds route. It doesn't even save that much time with Knuckles because you can't skip the last part of the stage with him. You only
just
skip the first
this.
two. It saves like
Yeah,
30 to
just-
40 seconds. Which, don't get me wrong, that's a
Yeah.
lot of time, but
It saves like 2 minutes with Tails, right?
yeah. Right,
Like
super
it's
glad
really
on-
relevant with Tails. You kind of have to do it with him, but that was actually a small skip he did with skipping a small segment of the level by doing a super glide up to that upper part of the bottomless pit area. Kind of like a sequence break.
Oh. And hold right to win. And then go hold right to win.
And then yeah.
If you want to see my record, it's on my YouTube channel. It's like around 1 hour 20-ish minutes in real time, I think. All right, use a skip here. Oh, okay. There we go.
Looks like so long as the spikes aren't out there, that semi-solid's really forgiving for picking up.
Yeah, I just didn't remember the timing of it because I haven't done the stage in like 3 weeks with Knuckles. I was trying to play it by instinct.
The stage is pretty cool. It has a lot of like platforming segments you're supposed to do, but you can also like break them by doing jump time. And all
Oh, yeah.
characters can do
This
that.
is my favorite stage of speedrun as Amy. Like, Amy with the stage is like my favorite character stage combination to run in this game because the stage is pretty much built for Amy.
We're gonna be seeing Amy pretty soon as
Yep.
this Knuckles campaign is almost over.
It is a popular opinion that
On my level.
Amy's really bad. I will prove you wrong. I will very much prove you wrong with Amy run soon.
Amy's actually a little bit faster than Sonic on the leaderboard.
Her full game run is faster than Sonic by like a minute, I think.
Oh, that was just like a few seconds.
Was it? I could be remembering wrong.
Like Tails has like a 14, Knuckles has a 15, and then Sonic and Amy have like Amy's barely faster. That's how I remember it. It could be because Sonic isn't completely optimized while Amy's more optimized, but
Yeah, Amy actually has the most runs on the leaderboards because everyone loves speedrunning
Yeah.
as her. Sonic has the least number of runs.
Amy's actually a super popular character. Like her movement's so cool. You'll see it in a moment.
Yeah, that's okay. All the shiny things. The hits. Get that hit
All
earlier.
the shiny rings falling out of your hands.
That fight was basically perfect.
Yeah, that last hit looked really fast too. Again, with Knuckles Punch, like their normal attacks, it's really easy to solve. See how useful that is. The final X boss. grabbing the checkpoint just to be safe because this boss is really random. It's really hard to guarantee not dying. We just missed that laser by just a bit.
6.
Six hits on the arm attack isn't bad.
Yeah, I got the long arm pattern. There are 2 arm patterns, a short one and a long one. The short one you can get 5 hits in a row, ideally. The long one you can get 8 hits in a row. But you can't really realistically do that in a full game setting because you have to anticipate it, assume it's going to come out, and then jump just before it happens.
Yeah, the timing
Which
is way
just
different.
an IL thing only, basically. So Amy, she can't spin dash, which makes her slow, but she has a hammer and she has a really high jump. And she has a hammer.
I believe it's called a hammer flip, where she swings her hammer on the ground and jumps super high. So a lot of this, Amy's just going to keep running because she can't spin dash, and that's the one issue with Amy is that she has a little bit of hard time accelerating. She doesn't have, again, she doesn't have like a spin dash a way to get into speed, but she will just like keep running because she doesn't have to stop it.
I messed up the strat here. The strat is basically jump over the entire stage because Amy can do that, but that's okay.
With the speed shoes too. The speed shoes really help Amy in particular.
But yeah, she can get like a 30-second time on the stage. Man,
so instead
she
of
can effectively jump over the stage, similar to how Tails can fly over it. So
or Knuckles can glide over it, yeah.
Sonic can't.
Sonic just does his own thing, always. So Amy, instead of the spin dash, you'll see her using a move called a giant step. And that's like that sort of leap thing. And there's no like rev to it. She just gets the speed, but not as much as she does spin dash. And
The advantage to it though is that you can use the giant step while moving. You cannot spin dash while moving.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Is that you don't have to.
That Amy has over the other characters.
It's a really neat way to just optimize little parts of the run. Instantly get to her main running speed.
That is unfortunate. I was trying to jump over the invisible spring, but I jumped too high and hit the monkey, so.
It's unfortunate. You can, there's like, isn't there like a 1 or 2 frame window where you can like jump off the slope with a lot of speed while still avoiding spring, I should say.
Oh yeah,
Anyhow.
I killed Eggman before he went to the left side. That's Amy.
Yeah, Amy's hammer, it's way bigger than it looks.
And Amy can capsule the capsule as well. So she is the only character who can very consistently hit that capsule on the first frame because her hammer hitbox is so big.
Incredibly huge, really fast. Really good for bosses in general.
So what I'm doing here is that she has a down B move, which is the hammer twirl. It's really good for combat because it's basically her way of bouncing on enemies, but it also has a really interesting physics property in this game where what it happens is that without affecting your vertical momentum, you reset your horizontal speed to 0, which is really useful because Amy basically has the ability to make an invisible wall anytime she wants, basically.
Yeah, so she could just set her speed to 0 if she has to avoid something that she needs that.
I have not missed that in a long time, so.
Did you hammer flip up there?
No, it's not enough, unfortunately.
Too low, unfortunately. Another boon that the hammer twirl attack, I think that's what it's called. So it has like no landing, so you could just like a ground pound. You could just land with it, and you don't have any repercussions like landing lag or anything.
Yeah, so what I just did there, for example, is I did a slope jump to get more of horizontal speed. But I also want to hit the spring, so I did a hammer twirl to reset my horizontal speed so I can fall on top of the spring and also hit it with the hammer, because when Amy hammers a spring, she gets double speed off of it.
Oh yeah, that's another thing with
you never mentioned that. That's pretty important.
Is that the hammer, it's huge, but also if you hit a spring, then the spring is amplified. The spring's launch height is amplified by a lot. So you can use it to do like little skips. It's really prevalent in Egg Rocket. So many spring level. And she can do that with all of her hammer attacks. So like her hammer spin, her hammer twirl, I think her hammer flip.
I don't remember if that one works.
Yeah, she just used her hammer to make the springs go super far, and that's a recurring theme in all the advanced games.
It does not work
useful
on
for
horizontal springs in this game, though.
So yeah, you'll mainly see Kirby doing a giant step into those horizontal springs instead.
Yeah, so Amy can very consistently get 5 hits in before the super jump. Other characters have a much harder time doing it.
Yeah, our boss
so-
fights are a lot easier and they're just a lot faster, I think, overall. It's honestly just a lot of fun to see Amy enjoy the bosses.
Ah, that's strat up. Yeah, so my cycles are off now, but oh well. Speed shoes.
Again, really useful for Amy because she doesn't have any way to gain acceleration immediately. No spin dash.
Come on.
It's like just speed shoes in general.
I did
So
not
you
mean
just
to hit
move
that,
so much
but
faster with them.
It's okay. This part sucks. Right. Super jump.
So you mentioned a clip in this level that you can save like 2 or 3 seconds with. Is this doable with every character?
Only Sonic. It only works Sonic because you have to air dash into the flipper.
Oh, I see. And it messes with the spot burst or something like that? I'm not
You
sure
just
how
clip into the
that would
flipper
work.
and you basically air dash into the flipper the same frame you hit it.
Oh, I see.
And
And that's
tank
probably
that.
really hard because you actually have how Sonic's air dash works is that you tap right twice. on-
Yeah, so I think your second tap has to be on the same frame, so that's a little iffy. Hammer twirl here to reset my horizontal speed. Do it again. Do it again.
It's just really useful for a tricky falling section where you want to go beyond a lower route of the level. It also makes you fall down a little bit faster, I believe. So,
It does not affect your vertical speed at all.
okay. So Amy can really easily get 2 or 3 hits.
Yeah,
of
she's
time,
the only
actually.
character who can reach the center on platform without like flying or anything like that.
Yeah,
can
because
just
the
reach it
hammer
with a normal
twirl
jump.
sensor is so high.
She can reach it with the normal jump. Not even a
Oh,
hammer flip.
she just jumps higher in general. All right.
Just jumps higher, yeah.
So she jumps higher and she has the hammer flip.
Yeah.
Both of those are super good.
Dang it.
This zone has such relaxing music.
I missed my time I jumped there too. Unfortunate. That's okay. Hammer spring.
Yeah, and even if you don't need the height of the spring in order to speech here by the way, and the other characters use.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
can
Amy's
without the speed shoes with Amy, but I find it just much more consistent to get the second speed shoes.
but like even if you don't need to hit the spring in order to gain that height, it's still really useful because you just move up faster than you normally would.
Yeah, you generally want to hammer springs whenever possible. So, just for the speed. All right, so we're going to get the last emerald with Amy here. Yes, I just hammered a spring while, like, super far below and to the left of it.
Yeah, that's just
I'm Amy.
another demonstration of how large Amy's hitboxes.
I think I have to hammer this spring here, and it'll send me flying straight into the special stage here.
There you go.
Yep, very clean with
So-
Amy. That's why I do it with Amy. Because if you try to get there with Tails, you have to ascend while flying, which slows him down drastically. So it's pretty fast.
Yeah,
just
you don't
get
have to
that with
lose
Amy.
any speed. You don't lose any speed with Amy, so pretty well. Fish special stage, so shouldn't be too hard.
That's not too bad.
Nice technique.
Nice technique.
I love that. It's pretty funny. It's gonna be the last Chaos Emerald.
Yep.
Don't you have to? And then we'll have to
Do
you can't
X
just
Zone again, Sonic.
Yeah, you have to do X Zone. So you have to finish this playthrough as Amy. You have to beat again. You have to beat all the character stories, and then you go into X Zone and Sonic. Then after that, final true ending.
Oh, that was a little scary. It's okay. All right, we're finally done with all the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, these special stages seem super non-lenient. You can't just like miss
Yeah,
anything.
they're,
So you're on, like,
they're pretty
moving
lenient if you
slow.
can consistently trick those things, but I missed one of them, and you can see that it's really tight if you don't.
Yeah, the tricks give you like 12 rings, so super impactful.
There's an alternate route here that is actually kind of faster. It's like roughly the same speed, give or take a second, than the standard route you take with most characters. Okay, so if you saw the other bosses with Amy, you might be noticing a trend.
Yeah, a trend.
I almost reached him. Okay, I got unlucky there with the Icicle, unfortunately.
At least you reset your water.
Yeah, resetting the water is not a big issue because Amy can just jump to the top, jump out of the surface from the
With her
ground.
hammer flip.
Play it safe because I'm at 0 rings. Yeah, see, that's how
There
she.
you go.
That's Amy.
So you could just. She jumps so high, and her hammer hitbox is so big. You're usually supposed to jump on the icicles and then hit Eggman that way. That's what
Yep.
Sonic's forced to do. But you know, aim is aiming, so
Amy
he
is
just
Amy.
doesn't have to do any of that.
All right, I'm probably gonna shoot myself in the foot for saying this, but Amy is the most consistent character to do to skip with, unironically, because of this ability, the Hammer Swirl, that resets her speed.
Shall see if this is really the case. She's gonna be doing a similar thing with Sonic, where she's gonna run on the ground, or she's gonna run in
I
the
pressed
air.
A instead of B. Oops. I meant to press B there to do a hammer flip. That's okay.
Kirby fell down.
Yep, I certainly fell down. Okay, here.
Take 2.
There we go, made it. Okay, I was off just a tiny bit on the left there, unfortunately.
You're supposed to land onto the falling platform.
Yep.
You're supposed to fall when you land on it. It's gonna be a similar trick to Sonic, but
Much easier.
yeah, much easier. She's gonna run across nothing for a very long time.
Yep, she said bye. Play it safe and just make sure I'm aligned properly. And we just got the skip. That's all you have to do. After you run across that, you just press down B, and then you can just land on the platform again, and then you got it.
So much more consistent than Sonic, much more consistent than Tails.
Yeah, because with Sonic, you have to like time a skid so you land back on that at the perfect time. And yeah, not consistent at all.
A lot of things seem to be a lot harder with Sonic.
Might be a trend you might be seeing.
Most certainly.
Actually,
there
yeah,
you go,
Amy's
that's
really
up.
good in Advanced 3 as well. You're gonna see her used a lot by Fruit Sap. Because she's actually
Yeah.
really good in Advanced 3 as well.
Yeah, she's like her
She's-
and Tails
yep.
along with Sonic are gonna be like source that run. So stay tuned later tonight.
Ah, almost got the skip. Oh, almost got it. Almost got it.
So Kirby is waiting a little bit for that cycle in order to land on that platform perfect. Barely.
Yeah, you can barely make that, and I have an auto cue for it, but I missed it. Well, I got it, and then I fell down. So
Nice face plant.
face planting is actually useful in a few spots.
If you do a giant hop and then if you press B, then you can do a face plant, which turns a giant hop into an attack. But you know, Amy lays there rubbing her eyes for a bit, so it's a lot of cooldown. But you know, there's a few face plant shots. It's pretty funny.
Okay, what I was kind of doing there is jumping off a wall to get a lot of upward speed. Normally, if you jump off a wall, you're just gonna fly in the opposite direction. But because Amy has her hammer tool, she can just set her horizontal speed to 0 and basically act as if she just jumped straight up off of a wall. So, because she's Amy.
A lot like Sonic's instant shield, she doesn't really have to like. She
Okay.
can hit Knuckles really easily.
Ugh,
Well,
ugh. Ugh.
no. Nice face plant. Finish it off. I honestly love the face plant. Wish it was an advanced trade.
All right. I haven't done this in like 2 weeks, so we'll see how this goes. All right, so again, I can do the same skip to get to the platform and skip a half of the first part. Oh my
Yeah, it's a little
god!
bit-
Wait, can I get back up from here? No. I got up there and I just fell off like an idiot. I'm gonna go ahead and kill myself because that's probably faster. And I can do this consistently enough, so.
Yeah, Kirby made it up there, but he accidentally double hammer attack. Fell back down
Come
because of the
on.
falling platform.
Oh, let's get some rings just in case. There we go. Amy good.
There we go. Second try. Too bad.
So with Amy's hammer troll ability, she can effectively turn a diagonal spring into a vertical one like this. Like that. And that's going to be really useful in like 2 or 3 spots of the stage.
Yeah, that horizontal spring, that vertical spring, the diagonal spring. Yeah, what you can't. I'm tripping on my words, but you usually just force you all the way to the right and do that platform segment, but she can cancel all that speed to the right. Just transfer that into vertical speed, basically.
I can't. Okay, we take those. We take those.
The homie
We take
spring saving the
those.
day.
We take those.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's not a skip. Voila.
Yeah, another little skip, similar to how Knuckles did the super wide skip. Amy does the hammer skip, easier this time. But that was a nice jump, that hammer. Really threading the needle there.
That second part actually went really well. Aside from almost dying. Alright, we hold right to win. And now we hold left to win.
Isn't there like a mini clip you can do here?
Yes, if you can air dash.
Oh wait, Sonic does that, not Amy. Okay.
So I just skipped another part, upside down part of the stage with Amy. So basically every inbound skip that Knuckles or Tails does, Amy can do as well. because the stage is pretty much built around her.
My poor Sonic just out here struggling.
Okay.
There you go, hitting those platforms.
I almost made it up there.
Oh, nice strat. And there we go. That's egg map. That is Egg Rocket.
Done with Amy. Lots of cool shortcuts you can take with her.
It's pretty strange because she this level is called Egg Rocket Zone Act 1, but this next level is called Cosmic Angel Zone Act 2. So like, which is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I understand because it's the final zone, but it's also still a little bit confusing. I have all the Chaos Emeralds, you don't have to worry about that. You gotta beat the now.
Yep.
And then go back into Sonic's X Zone. Oh yeah, one of the most basic things about Amy is that you have to use her hammer attack because she does not typically curl into a ball. She has no attacks that make her curl into a ball.
Mm-hmm.
And then like animations like this doesn't count.
Which is both good and bad. It's bad because you kind of have to attack manually with her every time, but it's good because her hammer is. Why wouldn't you want to attack with a hammer? It's so big.
And she likely jumps higher because she doesn't curl into a ball, so that's a plus. So Amy, they're just an all-around really fun character.
All right, X Zone, and then we're done with the game with 4 characters. We just have to do the Moon Zone. All 7 Chaos Emeralds in tow.
And you notice these bosses are pretty trivial as all the other characters. They're especially trivial with Amy.
So yeah, I still killed the boss more quickly than the other characters, even though I actually messed up. Because she's Amy.
Amy just does whatever she wants.
Get the checkpoint just to be safe.
Yeah, because again, you can't really control how this fight goes.
But I would say Amy has the easiest time with this fight just because she has a massive hitbox she can deal with, whereas other characters have to actually use their body to hit Eggman.
Yeah.
Should be it. Yep.
There you go, that's a lucky long arm attack. She could probably 8 cycle that fairly.
Okay, so now after you gotten all the 7 Chaos Emeralds, and beat the game with all 4 characters, you have to do this zone with Sonic again. And no, before you ask a question, no, if doing Sonic last does not save you doing this again. Even if you do Sonic as your last story, you have to repeat the stage. So.
Yeah, sort of strange how that works, but I guess there's just 1 to 2 flags. You have to have all the Chaos Emeralds and you have that's all 4 characters. Oh no! It's the first instance of Eggman moving to the left as we see.
Yeah, but I still got a good pattern though. I'm surprised this hasn't happened until now. So yeah, that was a good fight though.
You know, 5 times as much boss luck from there. Can really stink.
All right, Moon Zone time. This is the last boss, and time will be coming up. I don't want to know what my actual time is. Let's not worry about that.
It's essentially like a Doomsday Zone. All the other special Sonic stages where you're in space, your rings are counting down, you gotta beat Dr. Eggman before you die. Warning. So how does this boss work exactly?
Hit it 10 times, I think. The arms have a hitbox, and I need to actually do this properly. The lasers have a really big hitbox too, so you have to jump over them. There is like a really fast way to hit this boss like 8 times in a row or something. I can't do it consistently, but it should be done soon. Time.
Oh, that was really fast, actually.
Considering the last time I did that fight was like 2 months ago, yeah, that was pretty fast. Yeah, I mean, I didn't say that. Don't listen to me. But
It was a fun
Yeah.
game.
That seems about it.
that's about that Sonic Advance. I showcased a lot of the cool stuff. Kind of went over time, but I think we were super ahead. It's not the end of the world. Don't follow my example.
Yeah, if everyone does that, then maybe we'd have a problem.
Yeah, if everyone doesn't, then we have a problem. But occasional run here and there, it's not the end of the world. But
It was fun.
yeah, no, it was fun. I haven't done this like forever, so some sloppiness here and there, but I still enjoyed it.
If you're craving more action from the Sonic Advance series, we'll be doing Advance 2 and Advance 3 later.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Advance 2 in the evening, and then Fruit Salad, who's on commentary, will be doing Advance 3.
That's awesome. So we'll see the two of you later.
Yep, I'll
Yep.
see you late. I'll see you guys later then.
All right. Well, it seems like up next we've got Argic with Sonic 3D Blast. And it's really Argic this time.
Really Argic. Cool. See ya.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for having me on.